Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I gotta put my curl stuff back in. I'm trying this. What are they called? Is it Maui Moisture? I think it's called Maui Moisture. I'm trying Maui Moisture. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna give it like 2 weeks. No, I'm gonna give it. I should give it a month to see if I really like it or not. I'm gonna give it a month. There is a huge dragonfly in my yard. What are they eating out there? There is something in my yard that these bugs and rodents love. Are bunnies rodents? Whatever, they're feasting. It's a feast out there, which is why I'm never out there. Which is why I'm never out there. How are we doing? Hey fam, how are we do? How are we doing today? How are we doing today? I have to be honest with y'all. Oh my God, I don't know why this is happening. I don't know why they started so early. But I have been doing some fall shopping. Why are they starting so early? Why are they starting so early? I gotta stop. I have got to stop. I already have a delivery coming next week. I gotta stop. Why are they starting now? Please, y'all, stop putting your stuff out. All the stores, Target, Marshalls, Home Goods, Ross. I don't care what y'all say. Ross may look like it's the drug front or a crack house, but the home section is that girl. The home section is that girl. Why are you putting your stuff out so early? Stop. I need a month. I need a month, but I already have my first fall shipment coming in. I couldn't resist. I gotta marry wealthy. Let me stop playing like I ain't gonna have my own coin. Like I ain't gonna be coined up in a relationship as well. You won't hold that check over me. Hey, Marvina. How are you? What's up, Rocky? Hey. Hey, question mark. Hey, how are you doing? What's up, so Steph? Oh, who is this? Hey, Janito. Hey, Janito. How are you? What's up, Tia Via? Hey, how are you? What's up, Arelli? Decon T is in the building. Decon T is in the building. What's up, Priscilla? Hey, Miss T. Y'all, Santino is here. Oh gosh. Yeah. I'm also another thing I'm like regretting. Not regretting, but like I'm not ready to see it. My electric bill. I don't do this Atlanta heat. I don't know why it's so hot down here. I still don't know. What are y'all growing? What are y'all Oh, is it for the cotton? Oh, Lord. Got dark. But I have to put my air on. I can't do this. I can't do this. I literally do not leave my house until the sun goes down. It's too hot. It is too hot. Hotlanta. Hotlanta. Jimmy G says, I detest Marlo for making me side with Kenya. The audacity of this B. Let me tell you something. I'm seeing a whole new side of Kenya, and I'm like going up for her. I'm going up for Kenya. What is happening? I've been going up for her the whole season. She's been that girl for me this whole season. What is happening? Missy said, you know what it is, Star Family. We back up in this thing. I know that's right. Hey, Kyle. Kyle said, I'm here. If my boss asks, this is work related. Period. Everybody's putting their stuff out, and that damn pumpkin started it. When I bought that pumpkin, it was over for me. Now I'm like, it's like something is happening to me. I'm like searching for fall stuff. Bath and Body Works just sent me something. Why? Hey, Black Lavender, we back again. That's early, Teresa. It's July. It is July. They need to stop it. They need to stop it. Y'all need to start putting stuff out like the last 2 weeks of August. It is July. They are due. Yes, me too. We got the same email. I was like, what are y'all doing? I'm not going to look. Hey, Enrico, what's up? Bonjour. Hey, it's Latasha. Y'all Nikki, we in a house. I know Tetris. I know. Long time no live. What's the new channel? Oh, it's called NikkiStar at Home. I'll put it in the description box. I know one of my moms will put it in the chat. But NikkiStar at Home. That's where you'll see my fall addiction. I can't believe I made a fall order. I was just like, this is too early. This is too, or maybe it's just because I live in LA and they don't. LA is just not festive. It is not a festive place to be. LA has one goal, and that is the entertainment industry. Anything outside of that, they're not. LA don't put out their fall stuff till October. Hey, Liliana. I gotta take this. Oh no, I hung up on him. Child, call back. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Esther. You know that's right, Monique. Speaking of Monique, are you guys watching Lemon Marriage DC? If you are, let me know so we can talk about it, because I have to talk about that. I have to talk about that show because, like, they just do not talk about the elephant in the room on that show, and we have to talk about it. Hey, Ashby313 said, hey, Nikki, listening on my ride home from work. Yes, thank you for being here in any forms. Any forms. It's crazy. The heat, it's crazy. Missy said, this time next year, I plan on living in ATL, in the ATL area, and my first home work, and be done with my apartment living. The Nikki at Home content is going to get me right. Amen. I know that's right. I will say, you're going to miss the apartment living. I didn't think I would. You won't go back. What you're going to be like, whew, all right, it's nice having an all-call maintenance man. Because I'm like, oh, I got to try to fix this before we call somebody. Oh, girl. IA said, what's up, Nikki? I've got a meeting in 10 minutes, but just came in to say hello. Thank you so much. Hopefully you will still be here when I get back. Probably. You know how we talk. Probably. ST said, Kenya is the nasty one. Obviously, she's trying to provoke Marlo. Marlo was honest that they both need help. Hey, Marlo. What's up, sis? Glad you're here. I'm kidding, ST. Monique said, I cannot believe that Kenya, of all people, is the unproblematic fame this season. What is going on? We are in the upside down. Marla has shifted something in the universe. Mercury needs to take down her micro braids. Oh my gosh. I know. Something is different. Treat yourself. I gotta stop telling myself that. Marvina said, I want the pumpkin for my birthday party tomorrow. You better go over to Home Goods, a whole section. Teresa said, see, when you get old, Nikki, you start planning 4 months out. Set aside a whole closet for next season decor. Oh my, it's already happening in my garage. It's already happening. Oh my God. Oh, we like section off with seasons. It's a mess. Hey, Vodka, I'm glad you're here. Now we can start. Vodka's in the building. Okay, great. I'm going to do a live about that. Probably tomorrow, because I got to talk about that show. So yeah, I'll do that probably tomorrow after. Oh shoot. It'll probably be in the evening because I have something to do in the morning. So it'll probably be in the evening. There's just so much. I finally caught up on that show and I'm like, I have to talk to somebody about it. Vodka said, I heard that Monique is offered to her husband on Love and Marriage. Is it true? Absolutely. Absolutely. I am afraid. I'm afraid. Hey, Elise. Thank you for being here. What's up, Jimmy? Jimmy said, berating him. Hey, Sierra said, I still don't buy Kenya and Candy as friends. They're not as strong enough to hold the show. Bye, Candy. I will say this. It is weird seeing them be so buddy-buddy, right? It's just weird. Because I'm just like, I've never seen y'all like this before. I don't know. It is weird. I will give you that. The upside down. Never! I've never been here with her. Wow. Wow. And I'm not saying I didn't like her. I just knew that I knew that she was literally cast to be the villain. And I actually did side with her a few times, especially when Nene was just being awful. Like, girl, because if you remember in the beginning, Kenya wanted to be like what Portia is to Nene. And Nene just would not allow it. Would not allow it. Nene literally made Kenya into who she is on that show. She came on a completely different way, and Nene, she crafted her replacement. Oh, okay. I'm gonna get a few more and then we're going to get into the review. O'Reilly said, yeah, Kenya reached that point of not having to work for the show. Like, well, you're an OG. There's just stuff that you just don't do anymore. You let the younger or the newer cast members do it. Hey, Tracy. Tracy said, I like Love and Marriage DC. Maybe because it's not so much drama. I did too. And I think it deserved a better spot. I guess that's where they put the new shows to see if they can survive. But my God, today, Saturday, you do know the age of the demographic that's going to be watching this show, right? We're running errands on Saturday. Baby, you should have put that show on a Sunday. Maybe not because of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. IA said also Team Kenya. Kenya really tried to have a fresh, I guess you meant start with Marlo, but Marlo is just too awful. She did. I will give you that. She absolutely did. Hey, Peyton. Send it to me. Send it to me. Baby, she is Vicky Gumbelson and Full-Ox. Her and Vicky are the same thing. Same thing. Hey, Blair. Hey, Blair. She has issues. She just has issues. I'm glad she finally mentioned it on the show, but she's obviously dealing with a lot. It's so, listen, that show is so messy, but I just have never watched it. So I just don't want to cover it because I just feel like I have so many seasons to binge and I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me. Oh my gosh. Rocky said, hey, Nikki, I'm doing jury duty, so I got to go. I'll catch the replay. Sorry, but thank you for being here, Rocky. Twirl, twirl, twirl. I kind of like it here. Yeah, every villain has their origin story, and definitely Kenya's origin story was Nene. Nene crafted her. ST said Kenya is a villain. The way she ordered a crab cake for herself when she hosted the other girls was so rude and told me everything I need to know. Kenya is dealing with demons and it's nasty. Oh, let her know, ST. Johnny's acting channel said, hey, Nikki, appreciate you doing back-to-back lives. Personally, I always saw good in Kenya, but when you feuding with someone, that ugly side comes out. That's all. That's true. That is really true. Sometimes you gotta let it out. Let it out. So I've been told. So I have been told. It's so good. I have something special that I'm going to do with you guys because you know I can't review it. But I have something special that I'm going to do with you guys. I hope you can enjoy that because I can't review it. You know, it'll just be complicated for me. It'll make it complicated for other people. So if I can't be honest about a show, I'm just not going to talk about it. But it's a good show. The season is good. I'm telling you, more stuff is coming, girl. This like love, Married to Medicine. Is going to knock all the shows out the water this season. The ladies are bringing it. The ladies are bringing it. We're going to talk about that tomorrow as well. That's I definitely want to talk about that because it's layers to that. Layers to that. You see what happens to her when she reviews the show? Absolutely not. Oh, you can't. So, Steph, I'm telling you, Quad has to stay on. I'm telling. Just you wait. Just you wait. Guys, I thought I answered this before. I have relationships on the show. Basically, that's the bottom line. I have relationships on the show, and it's just going to make it complicated for the relationships that I have. And I would rather not do that. And one of the relationships you'll know, and then the other you'll probably see on my other channel later on. But that's why. It's just it'll just be complicated. It'll be very, very complicated. And I tried before. I never actually put it up, but I was like talking to contacts or whatever, and I was just like, saying what I wanted to say, and it just complicated. So I was like, now if I can't be free, I'm not doing it. If I can't be free, I'm not doing it. Started season 1. It's that good, Peyton. It's that good. It's that good. Let's get into the review. We've chatted enough. Let's get into the review. I chatted with you guys longer than usual. I don't think it was long. Yeah, we normally, no, I think this is, no, it's probably around that time. But anyway, I chatted with you guys a lot longer because I just don't have a lot to say. There were just a few moments that I wanted to talk about. So what I'm going to do is make this a talk back. So not a talk back, but a call up. So if you have anything that you want to talk about, come on in, because I don't have much to say. It kind of gave me filler, but the Real Housewives of Atlanta girl so good. Even their filler episodes doesn't feel like filler, but I think this was a filler episode. Hold on, I put on far too much gloss. There we go. There we go. First of all, you guys can find everything. Everything. I've said this before. I said something that I wanted, and you guys were able to find it for me. Unfortunately, the jacket that I wanted, you found it for me, and it was like $20,000. So I did not get that. But you know that I'm obsessed with Marlo's bedazzled vest. I don't think I heard anything she said this episode because I was looking at that bedazzled vest. If you can find it for me, let me know where it is or where I can find it. I'll take the original version, and also I would love a dupe because I feel like that is Marlo's vest is designer, and I don't feel like I can afford that. No, I can't afford it. I don't feel like I want to pay that money. Period. Let me know. I want the original and I want the dupe. Let your girl know. Let your girl know. Can we talk about how Brooklyn looked? Oh, you know what? Yeah, find me the designer. I'm gonna put that on my Christmas list. Can we talk about how Brooklyn looks exactly like Mark and talks just like him? When she was getting the popcorn and she was like, "Can I have some popcorn, please?" I was like, "How do you sound just like your dad?" Oh, Kenya, you can't escape that man if you tried. Oh, she looks just like that man. Looks like him and speaks like him. I will say, I really love the playdate moment with Kenya and Candy. I really, really love that. And it also was just so sweet and touching how she was talking about how she was praying for her through her IVF treatment. And then, Kenya was there for her and supporting her through, her getting a surrogate for Blaze, right? That's Blaze. The baby is Blaze. And I don't know. I just thought it was so cute because I was like, look how far you guys have come. Look at our girls maturing and growing, and now y'all full-on mothers having play dates with your babies that look just like, well, at least Brooklyn. Brooklyn looks just like her daddy. Candy finally got a child that looks like her. Blaze looked just like her. The cute little boy that loves Riley, that's Todd's baby. That's Todd Jr. But Blaze got Candy's face, her facial expressions. When she was eating that popcorn, I said, look at Candy. Look at Candy eating popcorn. Adorable. I really loved that moment. That was a really sweet, like full circle moment. It reminded me of that beautiful moment that Portia and Kenya had when Kenya came back that season that she was out. And I thought they were in such a good place. And then Portia, you messed that up. You really, really, really did. Marlo. It gets worse. I would have thought that you said everything awful that you needed to say about your nephews the last episode, and then at some point after filming, you realized that you probably went too far and wouldn't say anything else. But the fact that you continue on this storyline that your nephews are the villains in this storyline is just, it's baffling to me because you always talk about how you were in foster care and you were kicked out of homes and you were kicked out of your own home and on the street, and you created your organization because you didn't want young women to go through that, and you became a Monty and took your nephews in because you didn't want them to go through what you go through, only to be the perpetrator of that same trauma that you said that you were protecting them from and that you experienced on yourself as a child growing up. I just don't understand why you keep on going down this road thinking that your cast members, your coworkers, and the audience would be on your side. Like, you just make it worse the more you keep on talking about them, like taking your sister through the home that you already took us through. Listen, yes, that is your home. Yes, you pay the mortgage or the rent, whatever it is. Yes, you have provided these rooms for them to stay in, but that is still their room. You're inviting us into their space to negatively judge them. Like, okay, you've already showed us the hole in the wall. I'm sorry, what kid hasn't punched a hole in the wall? Children don't yet know how to express their emotions, right? I know it was the youngest who did that, because how can you explain to your Monty, right, who puts you in the situation for your trauma to be filmed for, let's be honest, entertainment? How do you explain to her that you're not okay? Because you're literally being filmed after watching your mother, who you as a child is realizing something is not right, and she's yelling and screaming and saying these very nasty things that even brought your Monty to tears, and then you have to sit there and film it and talk about it. You can't really express that to her, but you can express it through changes in behavior. So I'm like, sis, right after that moment, their behavior changed. And you thought to throw them out of the home? You don't have to be a mother to know that that's not right. And then you keep on going on with it, how, I needed a break from them. It was too much. They weren't doing this and they weren't doing that. I'm so sick of adults wanting children to already be at the level that these adults are at, right? To already know right from wrong, to already know how to have an adult conversation. You're speaking to a child. There's no way you're going to have an adult conversation with a child. And I also think we need to stop this idea of when we are able to, when you come across a child that can communicate, that is very mature, and you're just like, oh my goodness, they're so good, they're so well behaved. That child shouldn't be like that. And I know we all think it's cute, and I know it's like, oh my goodness, they've been here before. They can have an adult conversation. It's a kid. You're supposed to be stopping them from putting jacks in their mouth. Do kids say play with jacks? Taking myself. They still, you got to stop them from swallowing Legos and things of that nature. You got to stop them from jumping out of a tree. That's what a kid should be doing, right? You should be teaching a child how to communicate. You should be like, okay, you can't punch holes in the wall, right? But I know you did that because something is going on. Talk to me, because I want to know what's happening with you, because hitting, putting a hole through the wall, disrespecting your teacher is not the way to do that. Teach them. Don't throw them out. Throw them into an already crowded home with another nagging aunt, because your sister comes over and she's just like, yeah, they doing all this, and I told them they can't do this, they can't do. Their mother is losing her damn mind. These young boys are watching their mother lose her mind. They're watching their mother slip away, and all y'all do is nag them. Like, y'all completely overlooked that, because y'all probably have dealt with your sister and her mental problems for longer, right? And you all are adults, so you're handling her situation like adults, totally overlooking the fact that these are kids and that is their mother. I will say, I like the fact that Marlo's sister checked her and was like, you have to speak to them nicely. Like, she don't even know how to do that. You don't even know how to speak to them nicely. She was just like, you can't vent your frustrations out on them because they're children. I'm sorry, you don't have to be a mother to know those things. You don't have to be a mother to know that you shouldn't be speaking violently to children. You don't have to be a mother to know that you should not kick children out when you've already established a home for them when their original home was taken away. When you stepped in, like Candy said, you stepped in to be Monty, right? You should have stepped in for all of the ups and downs, the hard times, whatever. You can't step in and step out, especially when that's your freaking storyline, right? Let's be real. Your storyline is that you stepped up and you took over. Now, what your storyline is going to be? Oh, I'm sick of that. I'm tired of that. I'm stressed out. I don't want to do that no more. You think this is going to go over well? You think we're going to ride with you and be like, oh, girl, I know you're tired. I know you're stressed out. I know you need to have a little girl's getaway and maybe bring them back in 30 days or not. That's confusion. That's unstable. So what are you and your family going to do? Just throw them from house to house every time they get a little too difficult? You're going to be kicking them out and throwing them different places, right? Until y'all find a boarding school that Marlo can afford to pay for. And then y'all throw that responsibility on those teachers who are just there to teach them education. Now they got to work through their physical and psychological trauma. Y'all don't pay these teachers enough to deal with the stuff that y'all need to be dealing with, the kids y'all throw on them. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's move into how Kenya, I was here for this, right? So Marlo, Marlo, do you know that we already know how the show goes? Like, telling the ladies, oh, I paid for this, and I paid for that. We know. Y'all can stop lying about the trips. Y'all really, all these housewife shows, y'all can stop lying about the trips. We know Bravo pays for everything. They just, appoint somebody to lead out the trip. You're acting as if this is your trip. So I think you were doing a bit too much with all the stuff that you paid for. We know you didn't, right? I think you could have just rested with, well, I put this trip together because I wanted us to do all of this. But saying that you paid for all of these things, telling Kenya she can't participate on a cash trip that was scripted and put into the show and paid for by Bravo makes no sense. She's absolutely going to show up to all these events, even if she doesn't stay in the home. Like, that's just not believable. That's just not believable. And there's no way that the producers of this show is going to allow you to ice out one of their most lucrative OGs. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. But anyway, Marlo puts this trip together. For some reason, there was a miscommunication with if you could eat or not eat in the cars. I don't know why she had them all in those tight cars. Like, I like the fact that her and Sheba Sheree were driving in a Rolls Royce or whatever, was able to eat, and enjoy their trip. But I was just like, what happened to the buses? We don't do the buses anymore. Those little party buses. What happened to that? Because then here we have Candy, Drew. Who else was in that car? Monietta. Girl, what's going on? I was over here riding for you on this show and you were disappearing. Monietta, they all ride up in this tight Uber. The car was cute, but I was like, why is it so tight? We're still in the pandemic. There's no mask. Drew is better than me. I would have been like, no, okay, I'll find another way to get there. Anyway, they're in this tight Uber and, they get in. Marlo sends wings from OLG and they get in the car to eat the food. And the driver is like, oh, you can't eat in here. And Candy is like, what? Because Candy got money. Okay. Candy has ate in many of the luxurious cars before. So she was like, well, I'm going to eat my food first, because that's one thing about Candy. She's not going to miss a meal, period. She's not going to miss a meal. So she got out the car and everybody else followed her. And she said, I'm going to eat my wings first and then I'm going to get up in that car. Knowing how messy you are, Marlo, I'm sorry. I feel like that was a setup. Because here you have provided food for both cars to enjoy while they're on the trip. You are the only one who is allowed to eat. That gave me setup. I feel like you are so petty. You would do something like that. I think you did that to embarrass him, and it did not go the way that you wanted to go. I'm sorry for what I've seen of you on this show. I feel like that's something you would do, because you ordered food, and if you ordered the car, then you should have known that, right? But if it was Bravo's trip, then you would not have known that, and it would make sense. But since this is you who got the car, I'm going to put it on you. So anyway, everybody arrives. Kenya is acting like she's not going to arrive to this cash trip. We know our girl Kenya don't miss a check, so we knew that wasn't happening. And then even Candy was just like, girl, we share the same hair and makeup team. I knew that you were coming on the trip. Kenya arrives. at the last minute gets to the table. For some reason, I think it's because Kenya doesn't forgive Marlo so easily that she gets under Marlo's skin, right? Because Marlo is so obsessed with Kenya's friendship at this point. And I think it's because Kenya has now gotten to the point where she pays her dust. She pays her dust. She's like, I see who you are. I'm done. I love how she just, it was just such a flawless clear for me. You know, like she just really cleared Marlo in such a beautiful way. I was sitting there like, oh, I'm proud of you, sis. Like, it was so good. It was so good. She was just like, me and you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You say vile things to me. I forgive you and we move forward. You say that my mother doesn't love me. I forgive you and we move forward. You say that my child is really not my child. I forgive you and we move forward. I'm done moving forward with you. Because if that's what you call friendship, if that's what you call love, I don't want that kind of love. It's toxic and I want nothing to do with it. Ah! Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Because Marlo couldn't do anything. Marlo was too stunned to speak. The bully was too stunned to speak. She couldn't do anything. She could not do anything because Kenya had receipts, she had reasonings, and she had her bottom line. She was just like, I'm done. And I think the only reason why Marlo is obsessed with Kenya's friendship is because she's an OG, right? Marlo knows that they will get rid of her before they get rid of Kenya. And she doesn't want to ice out somebody who is going to be in every scene or is going to have things that she can ice her out of, right? Which I don't think Kenya would do that, but I think that's what her thing is. And then Marlo goes into this, well, we both have issues, we both have problems, you know, we both need things that we both have things that we have to work through, but only one of you goes for the jugular, right? You two have gotten into things, right? And if we're dealing with this season, because Marlo, you said you don't want to deal with the past, you just say the most vile things to her and everybody else. The only person you have yet to say something vile about is Sheba Sheree, because that's for some reason is your road dog. And I don't understand how you were running with Marlo when you was on this show before her. You started this freaking show and you're a sidekick. Girl, I don't know what's going on with your storyline this season, but you need to do better. You need to do better. Anyway, and it seems like seeing you trying to get on that team too, baby. I can't wait for next week's episode. Because y'all gonna see what I've been telling y'all about that girl from Jump. I'm sorry, Olympian. I'm sorry. You soiled your image coming on this show. Anyway, Marlo feels some sort of way about Kenya just not wanting to be her friend. And after Kenya let her know why she's literally done with her, Marlo goes into the explanation of the fact that they both have issues, but she is the only one who I believe has been extremely vile to everybody. Marlo says the nastiest and meanest things, unprovoked. And then, you know, does this, oh, we're a sisterhood with Black women. We should all be able to get along. Oh, we've been friends for so long. You gonna throw that away? Yes. And Kenya explained to you why. It was perfect. It was eloquent. It was to the point. It absolutely made sense. You need to do better because you sat up there in your confessional after your sister talked to you and you said, my sister is right. I need to learn how to not make outbursts. I need to learn how to not say nasty and mean things to people. I learned that from my mom, right? That's the one toxic thing that she gave me that I hate about myself and about her, the nasty and mean things that I say to people. So I'm going to do better and not say that to the people that I love, especially my nephews, but I'm going to reserve that for Kenya. You said that. You said that. So of course, this woman does not want to move forward with you because you are letting us know, and she eventually watched this, so she knows that she is going to be the target of your trauma dump. No, she removed herself from that, and I applaud her for it. I absolutely applaud her for it. I can't believe I'm on Team Twirl. What the hell is happening? That's all I wanted to talk about with this episode. What do you guys think? Let me know if you want to come up. If you just want to speak in the chat, it's fine. I'll be clicking on comments as well. Hey, Yvette, what's up, Philly fam? The comments are blurry. Let me check it on YouTube. Don't look blurry to me. Let me check. What's the T? What's the T? What it is? What's the child? My commercial playing. The comments look fine to me. I don't know what's happening. Let me know if y'all all are going through that. Mom, they're calling for you to come on camera. She's not ready. She'll be here not next Sunday, but the Sunday after next. Oh, guys, next Sunday, your girl is traveling, doing a bunch of things. So I'm going to do a recorded review. I won't be able to do a live that day. If I am able to do one, I will put up a reminder, but I just feel like I won't be able to do that. So just a heads up. You know what? I didn't want to speak on that, but since you brought it up, I do want to talk about it. So Steph said, I wonder if Kenya used a donor egg with Mark. I felt like, I don't know if it's true, but if there is some truth to that, I would absolutely understand why she no longer wants to move forward with Marlo. Because if you know that, and to say that, knowing how women with fertility issues are treated and the shame that they bear because of that, I can absolutely understand how she's done with her, because there's nothing that Kenya has done to Marlo to make her go that low. That's sick. That is sick. Team Twirl. Team Twirl. Miss GG88 said, yes, Nikki, I thought it was just me, but when you pull up the comments, it's blurry. Could you read them out, please? Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll read them out. Jonito said, during the play date, you can see that Kenya loves to be a mother. Absolutely. Absolutely. She's so gentle with Brooklyn. So gentle. How do you say that? What do you say, Brooklyn? I'm so happy she got her baby. Miss T said, that is so gross. Marlo hasn't cleaned that room up yet. Storyline. Absolute storyline. Because how many times you going to take the cameras into their rooms to tell us what they did? Now, can we take the cameras to your sister's full house and speak to them? What will they say? Whose side will we be on? Ugh, it's not looking good for you, girl. Right? And you don't even have to be around teen boys. You've been a teen before. Everybody knows that as soon as a preteen hits 13, it's lights. It's lights for any kind of sanity. They turn into somebody you don't recognize. And the thing about it is, it's because they go full independence, right? And even though you're the older person, you know they need as much attention as possible, but they're going to fight you on every hand, because it's something about turning 13 where they're just like, I'm grown, and they are like out of their minds. And they're going to be difficult, and it's going to be problematic, and you're going to have to find a way to talk to them, because now you're speaking to a teenager who is growing into an adult. They're no longer the baby. They're no longer the toddler. You can't talk to them like that no more. Now it's, yo, what's up? How are we doing? Let's talk. Let's use our words. You know what I mean? Oh, you punched the wall. Why did you do that? Now I got to go to Home Depot to get the drywall to fix it. And guess who's coming with me? That's where you need to be. It's not, oh, you punched a hole in my wall, get the hell out. And I'll decide if I want you back. Now, don't do it if you can't fully commit. I think so too. And y'all know I was riding for her to get her peach, but I think so too, because she's starting to suck the air out of the room, right? She's starting to suck out the good energy, because at that dinner, everybody was so uncomfortable. Drew was like, I want Kenya to stay, but if it's going to be this, I don't want to do it. Like, it was uncomfortable. Everybody at that table was uncomfortable. So you have this uncomfortableness that's going to go back to the home. And then next episode, Scar is going to show up and just bring all the mess. Like, come on. So sorry, you put your hole in the wall. You can't stay here. Oh, give the boys some grace. Miss T said, Marlo's poor sister looked exhausted. She came right from work to film that scene. Yeah, I kind of felt some sort of way about that. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe the sister just is not as glam as Marlo. But I'm just like, if you're this glam girl and you're bringing your sister on. Marvina says, I was a foster mom and adopted the babies I fostered, spoiled them rotten. Marlo needs to stop telling everybody about them boys, period. She absolutely needs to. Because I'm like, you're volunteering this information, but you're volunteering it in a manipulative way, right? You're volunteering the information because you want us to be on your side. But the information that you're volunteering just make you look extremely awful. So nobody's on your side. So stop volunteering this information. No, not even your cast members are on your side. This is the thing, Jonito said Marlo's sister looked tired, but she's already a mother, so she can do it, as Marlo said. How unfair! How unfair! Like, I don't know, that didn't sit right with me when Marlo was just like, well, she already has 4, so she knows what it's like to be a mother. Damn, help her out. If you are struggling with 2, why would you send 2 more to your sister who was trying her best with 4? And it don't seem like she got a glam place like you have. Like, ooh. Oh, Monique is preaching. Pass the offering plate. Monique said Marlo has the same relationship with her nephews that she has with her friends. Talk about it. She has an extreme reaction to every inconvenience or misunderstanding that irreparably I can't believe I was able to say that without stuttering. Come on. Damages the relationship. Absolutely on it. You are absolutely on it. Tide Spring said, whatever, girl, I was cleared up, give this information. What happened? Because I feel like this is the first time I clicked on you. Is this for me? Or are you fighting with somebody in the group chat? In the chat? We won't do that. We won't do that here, Tide. Santino said, I'm so disappointed in Marlo this season. She waited all season to come up on my TV to make a mess. Right? I knew she was going to be messy, but we wanted what she was doing as a friend of the show. Like, what is this? Abort mission. Yes. And she needs to understand that for herself first. That's the thing. She doesn't understand it for herself. So how can she give that over to her nephews? She doesn't have that understanding yet. Yes, we did. But when she talked about that, I felt so bad for her, right? Because she's obviously the oldest, and I think Marlo is also breaking under the pressure and the responsibilities that is put upon the oldest daughter. The oldest daughter, right? So I felt bad for her in that moment, and I still do. She obviously has some issues, but for an adult, I just can't give adults that kind of sympathy when you are aware of what's happening and you don't seek to get the help that you need and can afford, especially if you can afford it, because you know that there's an issue, and instead of getting well, you just lash out at people, no matter their age or relationship to you. I think she needs to do better. I think she needs to do better. I hate it. She's not the victim in this situation. And she's not the victim in this situation with Kenya, but she stays in this continual victim mentality. And I'm like, you are the aggressor in every situation. And she absolutely was right bringing up what Kenya was saying about not Kenya, just all of the ladies saying about how she was escort and all of these things, right? But then in the same breath, you say to Kenya, don't bring up the past. Then you can't bring up the past. Like, she makes these rules that everybody else has to abide by, but she doesn't abide by those rules. And it's like, what is it? Kenya was like, I'm getting off this confusion carousel tonight. And I stand with it. I stand with her on that. She did, but she didn't want to get put out. And she want them boys to come back because she's probably stressed. I just remember Jax and Legos. And marbles. Do kids still play with marbles? I don't know. Listen, we had Jackson marbles back in the day. um, Becca said, "Girl, this whole thing is making me uncomfortable. It's supposed to be fun." Shaking my head. Yeah, it really, really is. That whole scene at the restaurant, and this is supposed to be the fun show, but I don't know. I think Marlo maybe needs to just be a friend of, because she shines in that role. Sometimes the lead is too much, right? What is that show? What is the name of that documentary? 30 feet from stardom. You know what I mean? Not everybody can handle that spotlight. So, you remain in the background because that's what you can, that's what you can deal with. And maybe that's what she can deal with. Um, oh, Marvina said they sell rubber jacks at Dollar Tree. They don't wreck your feet. Finally, we knew it. Like, we absolutely knew that she was coming back when she cussed out Jill's Aaron. Absolutely. But we're going to talk about that tomorrow, because I want to talk about a few things concerning that. I also want to talk about the firing of Noella. So I might just do a reality TV chat tomorrow, so we could talk about Love and Marriage DC too. I think I might just do that, so we could just do it all in one live. Absolutely. Like, y'all don't have insurance. That was weird to me. I'm like, they can't eat in the car. So it's a luxury. I don't know. It was weird. Very weird. Carmen said Kenya was thinking 2 steps ahead. I'm sure Kenya thought Marlo would pick a fight and try to kick her out of the house. Yeah, very smart. And also, Kenya was right. Last time, they made a big deal about her bringing Brooklyn and staying in the home and not participating in the events. So she was just like, I have to bring my child with me, so I'm going to stay in a separate place. And that's when Candy got a little upset. Candy was like, nobody can watch Brooklyn. No, Candy, like, not everybody has the money and support that you have. You have to understand that. Just like you have to understand that not everybody is okay with vibrating panties at events. Like, that's my girl. But sometimes I feel like she has been rich too long, because she be clueless about a lot of stuff. And I'm like, girl, you make it seem like everybody just has help like that. Oh, gosh. Y'all know what the hell? Y'all know how I feel about the OC. Because I just can't believe that show has not been put on pause yet, and Roni has. The Real Housewives of New York. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to me. I don't know why either. How you get rid of Noella but keep Emily and Gina? They messed up. They messed up. She cleared her. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, okay. Ty Spring said it was premeditated. Marlo threw shade afterwards. I've never eaten wings in the car. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Probably about to rain again. Probably about to rain again. She is. I think that episode is coming up. I think if it's not next week's episode, it's the week after. It's the week after, because that's when they almost came to blows again. They're doing a lot of fighting on this show. Y'all too old at this point. You sound like my mom. You sound like my mom. Hey, Ryan. Ryan said, Nikki, what are your thoughts about the candle game describing the girls to pick their rooms? I kind of hate those games, but I think that it's just a tradition at this point. And the reason why, for me personally, I hate those games is because I'm grown. I'm not playing a game for a room. You invite me on a trip, have my room ready, and have my gift in there as the host saying thank you for coming. Like, I'm not playing that. It just does not seem fun or comfortable for me. Like, I just wouldn't want that. As soon as I get there, I've been traveling all day. I just want to lay down in my room, put my things up, and then come down for dinner. But first, before I do it, I got to play a shady game to get my room. I'm leaving. I'm getting my own place like Kenya. Like, if I got to do all that stuff, I'm too grown for that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It is. It is. It really is sweet to see her as a mom. It really, really is. Hey, Dwayne. Dwayne said the fact that she took her sister in at that age and didn't work out means that she has done this before. Yeah, she's had a lot of responsibility put on her, and I can understand her breaking under all of that. But my issue with Marlo is that she speaks about those things knowing that she has that issue and knowing that she needs help, but she don't do nothing about it. She just cuss everybody out in her life and then want people to still stay around for that. You gotta, you're too grown. You're too grown. But she wants us to think that she's the victim. Crazy. Crazy town. Let's talk about it, Jimmy. Jimmy said, I can't believe how they pick on Drew, which makes me sympathetic to her. Absolutely. It's the upside down. Yeah, I'm Team Twirl and Team Drew. Y'all know I could not stand Drew. But I do not like how the ladies pick on her and nobody supports her. Because Scar is going to come next episode and she's going to come after her and nobody is going to protect her. This lady has come on camera saying that her husband is gay, has come on camera with a background check saying that she and her husband are scammers when there's literally people scamming on that show. Sheree, I can't believe you brought this storyline to the show about somebody else. When Kandi is already preparing your storyline for next season. Because everybody saw that interview. How does she afford to live like this when she hadn't been working this whole time? Oh, she's getting your storyline together, ma'am. And you will remember what Scar did to Drew, what you set Scar up to do the Drew. You will remember this. You will remember this. Yvette said, do you think Marlo is going hard on Kandi because the blogs over the years said Kandi wasn't showing up? Yeah, I think her and her producer are absolutely telling her to egg certain people on because that's her character on the show is to egg people on. I absolutely think that she is doing that. And I absolutely think that she thinks that because the show is putting her up to it, that they're still going to be good after the show. Right? She gives me, oh, it's just for TV. It's just for TV. But you are saying terrible things. Like you could do light egging on, right? You could just light shade. You could absolutely do that. But you decide to go on the show and say that Kandi has slept with everybody in Atlanta. Unprovoked. Girl, I don't know how many times to tell you. I don't know how many times to tell you. I do not know. JL said, I enjoy King of Brooklyn. I saw them doing a live with Carlos King. They enjoy each other's company and it was so heartwarming. Aww. I love it. ST said, I'm Team Marlo. But I thought that was crappy to send middle school boys to a mother who works and has 4 kids. That part is bad. Yeah. Yep. I agree with you, ST. Thank you so much, Shonda, for promoting my new channel, NikkiStar at Home. The link is right here if you are interested in subscribing. Hey, Adriana. Adriana said, watching Marlo is so draining. I like messy, fun, not this toxic stuff she's spewing out all the time. Yeah, when she was a friend of, I don't know. I could stomach what she's doing, but a full-time peach holder, it's getting dark. It's getting dark. Hey, Charlene. Charlene said Marlo shows that she is only out for herself. The boys is only to get on the show. You leave that open for interpretation, Marlo. You really, really do. And to get her edges. She can't have a relationship with herself, let alone anyone else. Ciao. Thank you so much, Tracy. Tracy says, Star Family, please like, comment, subscribe, and share because you care and hit that notification button. Thank you so much. Oh, y'all calling Marlo a drive-through guardian. Ciao. So Steph said, Kenya could have more help. but she's scared to get it because Mark will file custody claim saying she's unfit. I'm speaking on this from patience or experience. He's petty. I can see that. I could absolutely see that. Oh, that man is putting her through it. I absolutely agree. I don't know. I feel like this season she has shown so much growth to me. The way she spoke to Marlo, she didn't tear her down or anything. She let her know this is why I don't rock with you. And I was listening. I was like, you made sense. Points were made. Points were made. Jonito said next week the Shade Assassin will enter the chat, and I am ready to see Marlo's erratic reaction. Who's the Shade Assassin? Let me know. Who's that? You cannot be talking about Scar. DB said all these Portia fans turning into Drew fans and liking the new Kenya. Kenya has always been this fabulous. She's just got bad. She just got bad editing. Okay, DB. Okay. It is, Shonda. They're too old for that. It's like, come on. And let everybody just have nice rooms. If this is supposed to be a show about luxury and wealth, can't y'all all have banging rooms? I don't understand. I don't understand. She by Sheree's friend with them aggressive eyebrows. Listen, Candy was alluding to it. Candy was alluding to it. Ciao. Candy was like, "Oh no, you want to talk about me? Let's talk about the food stamps." I'm sorry. Do you guys remember that from Little Women Atlanta? The messy twins. And they said the money. Let's talk about the food stamps. Such a good show. I'm so glad that Miss Juicy is doing better. Oh my goodness. Jimmy G said, "There's no way Sheree can afford that house and furnishing with legit income." According to Candy. According to Candy. I was watching that interview. I was like, "Ooh, Candy, you are messy." But you're getting the ball rolling. You're getting the ball rolling. You're getting the ball. I was like, is that Tyrone's money? Because Charlene said, Candy needs to understand everyone can't pawn their kids on others all the time like her. Ooh, Charlene is in this chat reading. Hey, Yocrates said, at first I couldn't believe Sheree allowed Futon to make her look foolish. Oh my gosh. But Sheree has always played on the wrong team and lost her peach each time. Each time, I'm like, you started this show. You're an OG. Marlo should be following you. Why do you always come back on the show and become a flunky? It's just very weird to me. Lisa Wu came in as a friend of, and owned last week's episode. That's what you need to be doing. It's weird. Sebastian said, if we get Peach Juice back, I can see Marlo, and Kenya coming back together again. I can see that too. I can absolutely see that too. I don't know. We may get Peach Juice back. Marvina said, them boys don't need those designers' clothes. They are that sweaty and stinking. They are sweaty and stinking that wants to play ball after school. Yeah, but Marlo wants them to look good because that's how she looks, right? But it's just like, you just can't dress them up. Because even in this episode, the most she talked about was how they looked and the things she provided. It's like everything is superficial. And that's not what you need to be focusing on. Oh, okay. Oh, Jimmy, I can't wait. That's going to be a great show. That's going to be a great show. Monique says that Marlo has an unhealthy attachment to making the show good. Yes. Showing the boys' rooms and airing them out on national TV, given all they have been through, was out of line. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. You know it. You know it. When she start that, girl, what are you crying about now, Candy? Shonda said, "I can't believe Candy was pocket watching like that." Me too. I was actually shocked. I was actually shocked. But this shows you that Sheree got under her skin. Sheree and Marlo got under her skin this season because she never does that. Never. Candy will be mad when Sheree calls her a sugar mama. Yeah, that reunion gonna be messy. That reunion is going to be messy. Hey, Kyra. Kyra said, "I think Marlo has a resentment towards Kenya from coming from somewhat similar backgrounds, and Marlo continuously stated all three things she envies, all three things she envies in Kenya at the table." Yeah, well, maybe because I think, if we're going by what you say, Kyra, maybe it's because they had the same background but took two totally different paths in life. I could absolutely see envy. I could absolutely see that situation being envy. Elise said Miss Dillard, talking about Candace, is going to try to taunt Peach Juice because she knows Portia is trying to do damage control. I really hope not. You guys have all said that her and Portia are going to go after it, that Candace and Portia are going to go after it. I hope not. Here is why. I really don't want the black girls on the show fighting. I want them to come together. I want them to come together. Listen, in the beginning of the season, what did she say? I'm tired. Like, they got on her nerves. She said, I've had it. They get on her nerves. They've been doing too much for Candy. And now she has woken up. Y'all want her Candy to get messy? Candy gonna get messy. Johnny's acting channel, what's up, friend? Said, listen, I gotta be real. Marlo is the perfect example of the type of friend and or family member that people need to cut out of their lives, because when it gets toxic, the love starts to leave. Absolutely. Absolutely. Missy said, I think the angry cry Candy does is a Taurus trait. As a Taurus, I do the same thing when I'm angry. Yeah, because a lot of times when people angry cry, it's the sweetness leaving their body, right? So the angry cry comes before the assault. Back up. Back up. Jonito said, at the reunion, we'll see if the coalition. Oh, I was like, what is that? See if the coalition, Marlo plus Cherie plus Sonia, will stand against the K team, Candy and Kenya. I'll be honest with you. I can't wait to see that team form. I can't wait to see that team form, because when that team forms, then it forces the other side to form. And then we finally get a battle. We finally get a battle. Hey, Yeesh said, let's face it, what is Marlo's storyline this season besides the boys? And to put them out there like that for her personal gain is messed up. I agree. And Giselle, I want them to run it. Yeah, I don't have the energy and I don't want to see it. She got 2 kids, D. You know what? YouTube is acting up because a lot of people have been telling me this. Yasmin said, I'm hoping P and Candace just work out their issues on day 1 and 2 and move on. I hope they don't have any issues. Do they? Miss T said, Sonya wants to be it, but nobody is excited about the trip. Yes, when she came in with that, and they were all like, She just wanted them to have a better reaction. And it just, I would have been excited going. I love Jamaica. I would have been excited going, but they were just like, oh, Jamaica. This is why I love Atlanta. This is why I love it. This show is hilarious. Marlo is just making it dark. She got to do better. I love when she does her little funny reads. She has to stay light. Marlo, you just go so low, unprovoked. It's just Unprovoked. You be like, hello, Marlo. Good morning. That's why your mother don't love you and your daddy is dead. What I do? Like, oh, I'm sorry. This is the sisterhood. We're friends. Let's be besties. Can I apologize? You have to stop doing that because you just can't apologize your way into a better relationship with someone without changing your behavior. And she doesn't change her behavior. And that's what Kenya was talking about. I remember that. You are right, Pink Petals. Pink Petals said Candace got mad at Portia when she sided with Monique. I think her and Monique are friends. I absolutely remember that. I don't know. I don't know now. Oh, Lord, the black girls are going to be fighting. The black girls are going to be fighting. Listen, put y'all issues aside and form a united front on this season, on season 3, please. She got 2 kids. D said, I know we want the Black Girl Alliance, but Portia and Giselle are most likely going to ostracize Candace. I hope not. I hope not. Me too. And then that's another poor casting decision by way of me, because I wanted her on this show, and I'm hoping that it's not your alabaster husband that has you acting like this new woman. Because I told you guys that she has a totally different voice. She has a totally different voice. I'm like, who is this Karen? It's so weird. It's so weird. It's just like you are fading. You're going to let Scar come in and take your position. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't know. They just didn't seem excited. They did not seem excited. Oh my goodness. And sit there and watch with her whine, which is why we love her. Everything, every fight that's going to happen on that trip is going to be because of Giselle. She's so good at producing, so good at ghost producing. She's so good. She's so good. Absolutely, Miss T. Miss T said an apology without true change is just manipulation. True. Hey, Drewski. Drewski said, I hope Candace will be okay because Portia is definitely after a redemption arc. After Portia Family Matters made her look bad, and she might like to make Candy her new advisory / new Kenya. Maybe. Yasmin said, it's a delusion for me with Marlo. Like, how are you confused why people don't want to be your friend? It seems perfectly clear to everyone else and her. But her thing is, well, you should just get over it because I didn't mean it, because I grew up in a very difficult situation and I am dealing with a lot of things. Get in line. No. Get in line. It's the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 3. They're currently in Thailand filming. All I know is that Candace, Portia, and Giselle are going to be on there with some other broads. I don't know, Marvina. I do not know. You know what? She might be more enjoyable. Without Robin. As like a lot of people who on the Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trip Season 1 were able to see the Teresa that I have been telling you guys about. Y'all been fighting me in the comment section when I would do that review, but I'm like, this is who Teresa really is. Unfortunately, she was cast with her annoying family. Bravo brought that annoying, toxic family on the show, and all they do is instigate stuff with that woman. And that's why you would get that Teresa. But without them agitators, Teresa was so likable. Everybody was going up for her. And I'm like, this is the Teresa Giudice or Giudice that I was telling y'all about. But nobody wanted to hear me. Nobody wanted to hear me out. She has been, Yasmin. She has been subtweeting a lot. She has been. Candace, love a little subtweet. Let me tell you something. She also ghost produces for that show off camera. Candace her entire Twitter work. Her entire Twitter is work, and people just be feeding into it. And I'm like, girl, that's how you keep your brick. That's how you keep your brick. What they hold over there? That's how you keep your brick. She works. She works. Thank you, Shonda. Shonda said, please like the video and subscribe to get NikkiStar TV to 15K. Guys, I don't know what the hell is going on outside. My lighting keeps on changing. I feel like it's another storm. Ciao. 2 weeks and we'll be in my studio. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I knew it. She got 2 kids, D. I knew it. I knew it. I was just like, you are an Olympian. Why are you on this show? Why are you on this show? Do not do it. Go to Nike, work on a lucrative contract with them. Do not come on the show. And now here you are. And don't nobody give a damn about the medals anymore. Don't nobody give a damn about the medals anymore because you are underperforming on this show. Underperforming. No, I'm telling you, she got 2 kids, D. I'm telling you. Teresa was not this bad. Okay. Yes, she flips tables and calls people prostitution whore, but she's from Paterson, New Jersey. No, that's another reason, Shed Pearl, why I do not want them fighting. Portia's violent. Portia's violent. I can't. The daughter of the civil rights movement is violent. And Candace got a mouth. Oh my goodness, Portia, please don't put your hands on this woman. It didn't work out for Monique. It won't work out for you. We'd already got you on Candace trying to beat up your, supposedly, at one time was going to be your mother-in-law. Like, please, sis, please. Sanya is the best. Sanya is the best thing that ever happened to Drew. My God, today. She is giving Drew the redemption arc that Drew didn't even work for. My God, today. My God, today. She only pushed Andy Cohen once. Why y'all doing my girl like this? Oh, no, Shad Pearl, please, Lord. And Portia's a big girl, too. Portia, don't put your hands on Candace. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Listen, reserve your tussles for the inbred twins. Oh, gosh. Listen. I'm not saying that Teresa gets a pass. What I will say is that I believe Portia. I believe Portia when everybody was saying that she attacked them and all these people were saying that Portia beat them up. I was just like, absolutely not. Not peach juice. I watched that show. I have a totally different perspective. I'm sorry. Portia was not innocent on that show. I'm sorry. Y'all know I love me some peach juice, but she was the problem. I thoroughly believe that Teresa's brother and his wife are what makes that woman go insane. They literally push her buttons. Do y'all forget how we met Joe and I forgot the Joe. What's Joe's wife's name? Joe and his wife. Do y'all forget how we met them? Teresa was at the christening and he was about to beat his sister up. Do y'all remember that? Like, you're not going to make me feel like I'm crazy. He was about to beat up his sister. That's why Teresa's husband got involved. He was telling her to get away from her, cussing at her. And she was just like, do you want me to leave? And he was like, yeah, I want you to leave. And jumped up in her face like he was going to deck his sister. Do y'all remember that? Like, come on, we're not going to act crazy here. We're not going to act crazy here. Hey, Maureen. Maureen said, hey, Nikki, speaking of Giselle, did you hear her shade the hell out of Mia on her podcast saying she was using her cancer scare for attention and that nobody likes her anyway? I have not heard anything about that podcast because I think Robin and Giselle's podcast is extremely awful. Extremely awful. They're just nasty on there. That's a perfect podcast for Marlo. That's a perfect podcast for Marlo. Oh, absolutely not. Candace, just watch your mouth with Portia. Oh, she won't be able to stop. You think Monique blacked out? Child, listen, the whole cast and production crew could not stop Portia. Portia got a camera. She got a lightning, a boom mic, and was about to beat the brakes off of Dennis's mother. Ooh, Melissa, that's her name. Melissa. On display, on display, on display, on display. Have you met Danielle? So, Steph, we got to go back and watch that season. Danielle was messy. But Teresa was doing the most. Teresa was because that was Carolyn Manzo's fight. Teresa did not need to get involved in that. Teresa did not need to get involved in that. I will say that Teresa was being a big follower. Now she didn't even talk to Carolyn Manzo. And you was about to assault Danielle. She's from Patterson. Oh my gosh. Drewski said, I will say Melissa and Joe are an issue, but Teresa has her own anger issue. Oh, that whole family. They set her off extra, but she gets set off otherwise too. Yeah, absolutely. That whole family. I hope so, Yasmin. Yasmin said Portia's fighting is not getting the same response as it has in the past. I think she would be very dumb to go on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip fighting. I think so too. I think so true too. We have a Carolyn Team Manzo in the chat. What is going on? I'm losing control. Paige URL said, yeah, Joe and Melissa antagonized Teresa, and that what makes it work. That's the thing. They play victim when it comes to their parents that Joe never took care of. Child. Listen, say what you want about Teresa, but even the daddy told his tea. The daddy said something. Thank you so much, Shonda. Thank you so much for putting on my socials. Okay, I will. I'm gonna do a reality TV chat tomorrow. I just made the decision. We're gonna talk about Love and Marriage DC and OC. We'll do those 2 in 1. 2 in 1. Hey, Audrey. Audrey said, I will never forget how Teresa's brother was introduced and how they played victim themselves. I can't believe Teresa apologized to them. Ciao. And then they would behind her back to get on the show. I would not want you on the show either if that's how we fight. Teresa wasn't even talking to Joe at that time. They wouldn't even talk like that. They were beefing. Why would the hell would I want you on the show when you almost assaulted me when I brought the show to your child's christening? Ciao. Esther Mia Vida 2011 said, I remember too, Nikki. And then Joe told Teresa and Gia, I can say, do whatever I want to you, and you have to forgive me because we're family. Yuck. Yep. Like he was beating on the table. I'm like, where's security? What is this man going to do to this woman? Like, what is going on? That's the video I always think about because I was on her side. I was like, no, somebody assaulted Portia. Portia would never. You should have never did that show, sis. You should have never did that show. You should have never did that show. He's going to be on that show. There's no way. He's a reality TV hoe. He loves some reality TV. He's going to come. That is a lie. No way. Absolutely not. I don't believe it. Charlene said, Sonya is really cool. Give her a chance. Her family is fun and immense. So. If she gets another season, maybe. But this season, I don't know. What's up, IA? Oh, you missed so much. We're all over the place in this live. All over the place. Miss Brown Sugar said, Love and Marriage DC Reminded some of y'all that Monique was the problem with Candace all along. She's been picking fights with Chris all season, hearing only what she wants and being two-faced. Told y'all. Because I really want to know if she is still friends with Buzzcut. Winter. I want to know if she's still friends with Winter. I'm definitely watching that reunion next week because I want to see if she's still friends with Winter. Because I'm like, Winter, she was never a friend to you that whole season. Who didn't I call on in a minute? Pace URL said Joe and Melissa are jealous of Teresa because Teresa and Joe took care of the parents, even moved them in when Joe lost the house. Something that we can never talk about. You can never talk about that on the season, but that's why y'all have been beefing for so long. But you can't talk about it because Teresa's betraying her brother. Why can't y'all talk about why y'all had that big fight? Why y'all still are at this place? Child. All right, let me get two more and then let me get out of here. Hey, Shay. Shay said, Sheree should have been a stronger character, not falling behind Marlo. Absolutely agree. Me too. Do y'all remember? Do y'all remember how I got beat up for defending Candace? And I'm like, that lady was wrong. But everybody, no, Candace's mouth. What y'all got to say now? Whose mouth is the problem now? Monique was wrong. And let me tell you something. I was Team Monique. I was absolutely Team Monique because Giselle was just so jealous of her. And Giselle orchestrated that whole thing. And Monique still came out of that mad at Candace. I'm like, can you watch the freaking show, ma'am? You were played by Giselle. It happens to the best of y'all, right? But you just came out of that still on this stance that Candace was the problem. Like we didn't hear the audio where after you were acting like you and her got into that big fight where you were like, oh girl, I was just playing. I didn't really mean that. You know, it was just for the show. Do you remember that? They never showed her face, but they showed her, but they played her audio. And Candace was just like, that's what I have a problem because after we film, you act like we're good. And then when the cameras come on, you start attacking me again. I'm confused. Monique was always the problem in that situation. It was actually Giselle, but for some reason, she just would not. Like, she gave her some heat at the reunion, but I'm like, but you're still mad at Candace, knowing that you got played. Anyway, IA says, maybe I'm overthinking this, but I feel Marlo wanted to go back and forth to go back to her old lifestyle of shopping, lunching, and drinking. Yeah, she didn't want the responsibilities of those kids. She stepped up, let's be real, not knowing the job that she was taking on. And she was at that job for 90 days. And after her 90-day probation, she was just like, I'm good. I don't want to do this anymore. But you can't do that with children. You can't, like you can, but you won't be the victim in that situation. Everybody gonna ride with the kids. Kids trump adults every time. Unless it's you're in a beef with Damien, you know what I mean? Unless it's unless that baby was born from a jackal, then we'll be on your side. But outside of that, nope. All right, I'm going to get Drewski, and then we're going to end with CMG. Drewski said, we'll never get over people thinking Candace saying anything had to deserve her being beat on by Monique when Candace has spent that whole season apologizing to her. Absolutely. And how we forget that Monique been trying to beat her up when she was pregnant. Like, you got to keep on pulling this lady away from Candace, but you never had to pull her away from Giselle. Don't you find that suspicious? Girl? CMG Libra said, I like Candace was apologizing the whole beginning of the season, but she still was the villain for getting beat up. Yeah, it just didn't make sense. I was fighting for my life in them comments. I was like, I cannot believe that y'all can't see that this woman is wrong. She even admitted it. She admitted that she was wrong. I can't believe how y'all did not see that. But now, where are the excuses? Now there's no Candace. It's just Monique. Have we woken up or are we still in denial? Let's talk about it. I said I was going to end with CMG, but I end with Kyra. Kyra said, I'm going to need people to actually listen to what Monique says. For the Real Housewives of Potomac, she said that the producers wanted her to make stuff because her marriage was too perfect. Now she has the issues. Listen, it's the show can only show what you give them. They'll absolutely manipulate things, but they can show what you give them. Um, it's brown sugar. Whoo, come on. I know that's right. I know that's right. Anyway, family, let me get out of here. I'm starving, to be quite honest with you. Let me get out of here. Tomorrow, I'm going to do the Family Chantel, and then I'm just going to do a reality TV chat talking about Love and Marriage DC, and then we're going to talk about Orange County, casting news, and why it was the dumbest thing ever for Bravo to fire Noella. Hope to see you there. That chat is going to be a little later, probably late afternoon, early evening, because I have something to take care of in the day. But that will be the next chat, probably until Thursday. So yeah, the Family Chantel, it'll be two separate chats. The Family Chantel, Seeking Sister Wife, and then we'll do a reality chat of Love and Marriage DC and the Real Housewives of Orange County. Thank you all for joining me. Had a fabulous time, as I always do. Please make sure you go check out my other channel, Nikki.Star at Home. It'll be tagged it's tagged in the comments. It's also in the description box. Love you so much. Thank you all for supporting me. Thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with me. Makes a girl feel blessed and loved. I couldn't ask for a better star family. I couldn't. Thank you all so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Mwah. Bye. What did I make for dinner?